Roberto Carlos got a Bugatti for his birthday, but Yaya Toure only got a birthday cake with no handshake at all, despite scoring 20 goals for Manchester City this season. You're watching Sport This Morning on Channels Television. I'm Cecilia Omorgwe. Coming up on the program, Nigeria is sure of medals in the table tennis event at the Commonwealth Games in Glasgow. Also on the program, 6 athletes injured. But Athletics Federation of Nigeria president is confident that Team Nigeria can put up a good performance in Bahamas to take a bite at the prize money of $1.4 million. And it's 21 days to FIFA's biggest tournament in Brazil, and those in charge of securing the host city are on strike. Also on the program is the NBA, the Western Conference Finals. There's definitely no contest at all. San Antonio Spurs 2 games up against Oklahoma City Thunder, 77-122. That's the worst play for OKC in the playoffs. Their worst loss so ever in the playoffs. Tara Salam will join me after this highlight where Ike Uche helped Villarreal to Europa League sports.
Taking his time. Villarreal coming forward. Giovanni Dos Santos has got a man to his left. Decides to go it alone and he kills it right into the corner. Giovanni Dos Santos looked as though he might have took the selfish option there, but in fact it was the correct option and he just curled it into the corner. Giovanni Dos Santos, Mexican international, revitalising his career at Villarreal after a disappointing spell in England. After signing for Tottenham Hotspur from Football Club Barcelona. And Giovanni, one thing on his mind there, ran at Carlos Martinez, tried to curl the ball beyond the keeper into the foul corner just a few minutes before when he had an earlier opportunity. This time was able to straight to the Real player now. Giovanni Dos Santos, got Uche to his right. Here is Uche with the opportunity, and Uche makes it 2-0 to the visitors. Quick break from Villarreal, and it's 2-0 now to Marcelino García Torral's side. Real Sociedad in real danger of finishing in 7th place in the table. Villarreal at this point in time look as though they're going to leapfrog over them into 6th. Uche gets the congratulations of his teammates. That goal could well cement a victory, which will be worth an extra week's holidays for the Villarreal players. No wonder they're celebrating so effusively. Uche picking up the ball from Giovanni Dos Santos, the man who opened the scoring in the first half for Villarreal. Uche there with his 13th league goal of the season.
Put up in walls and is Vela. Carlos Vela with the goal for Sociedad. 2-1 for the Yellow Submarine. Sociedad losing the last game of the campaign played at home. And they won't care, they end the season in 7th place. And they'll play in Europe next campaign.
Good morning, Tara Salam is here. Tara, good morning.
Yeah, morning, Cecilia. Uche there, beautiful goal by Ike Uche. Amazing season, fantastic season for Villarreal in the La Liga. And it's good to see, we will see him in Europe next year as well.
Yeah, definitely. Just Europe sport.
Yeah, but it's not hard at all.
So that'd be much more.
Europa League and Champions League, whatever. Uche will continue to score goals. It's a shame he won't be going to the World Cup.
Yeah, the World Cup, of course. Yeah, that's it. But at least we have someone who actually scored over the year. That's a celebration. 2 goals against Inter Milan. I think that's something he will want to remember for the rest of his life.
Yeah, absolutely. 2 goals.
Well, exactly. we have to allow viewers to talk to us on our social media mechanism, on Twitter and of course on Facebook. You can talk to us. On the introduction of the program, I talked about the fact that Intel is saying we'll get medals at the Commonwealth Games. How many do you think we can get? Talk to us on Twitter and on Facebook. Facebook, we have a channels _sport, Twitter channels _sport, and my own Twitter handle successworld_09. And of course, injury crisis. You have 6 athletes injured for Bahamas. That's the IWF World Relay Championships coming up this weekend. Of course, 6 Nigerian athletes. The big one is Obinna is injured, and of course, the president is confident that we can also, win some medals there. Also, 21 days to go. Crisis in Brazil. Protests everywhere. Can they really live up to the billing? They did it at the Confederations Cup, but this time around is a bigger party. 32 countries. Of course, the security men will have to be on the ground, and of course, NBA. Who will win it? Spurs. Miami seems to be going that way again. We're talking about Obinna Nsofo, of course, scoring 2 goals against Inter Milan.
Well, whenever you score goals against your former employers, against your former club, it's always players react in different ways. Some players celebrate, some players don't celebrate. But Nsofo was having so much fun there. He couldn't help but celebrate that goal. Beautiful goals by Victor Nsofo there, and you can understand the celebration really. He came into the game having not scored at all season, and he got his 2 goals on the last day of the season. So at least Nigeria can count on a striker in decent form going into the World Cup.
Yeah, and if you look at this particular game, Inter Milan, it's supposed to be last game for Zanetti, who is calling it quits after so many years with the club. Although the good one was that at San Siro, they actually won that game. If this was at San Siro, rather this was the game you expect to actually announce he was leaving, it had been a very bad one for them, with Obinna Nsofo ensuring that he's definitely not going on a high.
Yeah, definitely. But this game is all about Nsofo, really. I think we will get to see the goals later on. Beautiful goals scored by Nsofo there. Came on as a sub, we have to remember that as well. And whenever you come in as a sub, it takes you a while to settle. But he didn't have any issue with that at all. And straight away, that was the first goal, the first touch. He just blasted it past the goalkeeper. And we see he's still very agile. He can start doing backflips and all that. Although you have to blame the goalkeeper for getting beat on his near post there, but you can't take anything away from Obinna Nsofo at all. And we get to see the second goal as well, too. Great shot from just outside of the box. Yeah, that was Milito there. Milito is still very strong,
But he's living. You're going to have new players next season at Inter Milan.
Definitely Inter Milan, transition season.
That's actually the second goal. That's the celebration.
Look at how delighted he is. That was a great shot, from the club. Hadn't scored all season.
Yeah, exactly, and scoring 2 goals just to,
Good one for Nigeria, really. Good one for Nigeria. Hopefully, he can actually carry on that form.
Exactly, that is what is important, because Lionel Messi was talking on Tuesday that, look, the fans are blaming him that the way he performed at Barcelona, he doesn't do that in his own country. That he wants to put on that chip in Barcelona and also transfer that to Argentina. I think that's what Obinna Nsofo should do. These 2 goals should just be another one when you're playing that first game.
We can only hope so, we can hope so. He's one of our most experienced forwards.
Of course. In any case, also there. Okay.
Yeah.